Oh, yeah. Master Sword.
I was about to say, can you throw the Master Sword?
Got my sticks.
Uh-huh.
All I fucking need. Stick only run! Woohoo! Oh, that felt good. Have to, adjust to this, but it feels way more correct.
Should we do a stick only run or a ladle only run?
Damn it, you're doing it now.
That angers me.
Beep boop murder. Beep boop murder.
I really don't want to be that guy, because I am, the type of person who will...
that sure works. Give me that.
That makes sense, though.
You can jump up and grab it.
So that makes sense. Well, I normally am the type of person to complain, about durability and shit. At the same time,
Wooden stick.
At the same time, it's like, because you're swinging around tree branches and shit, I feel it is one of those of, like, of course these are basically going to break after, like, a single hit. Though, to be fair, was that at least for right now, a small thing was the durability that I like. Like, look at how many branches you have picked up.
Yeah.
Like, I know there were weapons and shit in the first game, but I will admit right now, because of how these things basically break after a full combo, I swear they are giving you way fucking more than they gave you super early on in Breath of the Wild.
Well, Breath of the Wild, and we'll cover this, in the tutorial, when you're constantly getting similar weapons, it doesn't matter that, like, shit breaks. It's when I have really fancy shit. Okay. Just checking all sides. My problem, and everyone I said this to said I was fucking crazy, and they didn't understand why I got hung up on this. It's the fact that in Breath of the Wild, at the beginning of the game, where weapons are more even, it's like, this is a good example. I broke a stick, I got a stick back. I broke another stick, I got a stick back. Oh, I have similar weapons, and the durability almost doesn't matter because there's a lot of sticks around. But the moment I have better weapons, it's like, I break.
But then that's when you'll get, because, like, weapon durability is one of those systems where I don't understand why people sort of refuse. I think you have to talk to that robot. Yeah, examine. Because weapon durability is one of those systems where people just, like, refuse to acknowledge when the game is badly designed. For some reason, people will always pull the argument of that it's, like, it's your fault or something, because they're like, why are you using, like, a power 50 weapon against, like, basic bitch bokoblins? You should be wasting your, like, sticks and stuff on those and should save the higher end weapons for the, like, boss and
yeah, except the game, it's like, as I always said, I explore. It's like, oh, but I explore, go off the beaten path as encouraged, and I find a good weapon.
But then you should
That definitely looks like a switch.
But then you should save that weapon for a boss fight.
We held on to the edge of duality for...
Okay, that was partly because you got things that just later outclassed it.
Technically, no. It's a two-handed 50 weapon, and almost nothing we had was ever an equivalent, other than ancient weapons. Because the Battle Axe ++ is 60.
And the, like...
Ancient Proficiency, I'm pretty sure, adds 30%.
And the swords were... And the other thing is that the, like, ancient swords were, like, 40, but because it's a, single-handed weapon and it's faster, it's one of those you could technically end up doing...
No, the axes were 60 at a base, and then you add, like, 30% from, like, the ancient proficiency. The plus short swords were 40, and you add 30, but you can swing those fast.
But because it's a single-handed weapon, it's really fast, so that's why I said the, like...
However, the axe, because of the way damage rolls...
I know that heavier weapons, like, especially when you get to the super heavy shit, like the Savage Lionel stuff, that it was absolutely ridiculous, and that this technically, you know, is the best source of, like, DPS in the game.
It's a good weapon. Pots! Yes! Your behavior is a threat.
Throw a weapon, press and hold, release.
Seems to be new here. Soldier construct? Okay. Yeah.
Press and hold, block on.
Yep, okay. Don't worry, bud. I'm gonna get you. My point with, like, the ancient proficiency bullshit, it's weird. Yeah. Tangent? But it is, like... Hold on. Oh, damn it. Frog! And away he goes. Crap. The thing with the ancient proficiency, and the reason I was talking about that for a minute, the battle axes were very strong because you could get... Okay. Oh, actually, wait. Oh, yeah. The stick can move. Okay, that's how I thought that works.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. Not what I was trying to... Give me the wooden stick.
Though that's something kind of funny that I don't think the first game did. The
robot?
The stick had...
Oh!
Is that an emu?
Yes. On. It is an emu, and if I... It's an emu, except I want it. That has one of the best drops in the game. Can I get the... Can I get the drop with blunt weapons?
I don't fucking know. Probably not.
Hold on.
You might have to waste one of the wooden sticks on this.
Yes!
Wait.
Yes!
Raw meat.
And sometimes you can get bird meat out of them. When I say one of the best drops in the game, like, I mean, it's basic meat, but...
Again, well, it's basic meat, but a funny thing, even raw on its own, it seems like it's going to restore a full heart. I do remember getting stuff that restored a full heart early in the first game. Was kind of, like, a bit hard to come by, and that leads to another funny thing, which, while there are a few improvements I sort of wish they had made, like actually listing the durability of things, something I do...
Look at the map.
You have to get up there, because that's what is glowing.
I think you have to get down here, actually. But I mean, I can work my way up. It's whatever. Carve my own path.
Anyway, my point was something I liked when you picked up the branch, because you had a stick, it actually showed a green arrow.
That was in the original.
It was?
Yes. Yes! Woohoo!
Hot-footed frog.
That was in the original, trust me.
Aw, your IVs are garbage. Throws it back.
Could feed him with a quina.
Ah, sure, I go.
Come on. Yes! I need my meat. That's what I wanted.
We got the meats.
What are Arby's? Arby's! We got the meat.
Like the old lady who couldn't find the beef? Exactly. I didn't understand that, like, a joke as a child, and then years later when You didn't hit anything. How was it badly damaged?
It's the stick I was using earlier.
Oh.
On. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, actually, he was holding the tree branch, so I just didn't notice. But, well, the clippy thing, it's fine. Where'd my meat go? What?
Where'd my meat go?
That's what it is.
Get away from my food, my backup food, my son, and my best friend in that order.
Go to the temple in a second. Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, crap. Assholes. Ah!
Well, that one has a spear type weapon.
Hold on. Jump out of the way. Oh, that feels way better. Hold on. Actually, yeah. Let me just use up my last fucking stick. Bip, bip, bip. Whee! Yeah. Got a spear, that's fine. Take some damage, but I can easily... Long stick! Poke him.
There's literally a cooking pot right there. You could, like... Well, there's like fire. I don't know if...
Hold on. Toast it. Yep. Okay. I roasted that. But it's yours if you want. Thanks.
I feel like you should have questioned you roasted them because it's a robot. It shouldn't need to eat.
Hold on. What we're going to do, because... Alright, up the fire. Take it. Take it! Hold on. Take my apple. Hold on. Take my apple.
Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say you might need to get a bit closer. There you go.
Baked apple. Good. And now, on. Actually, you know what? On. Those heal more.
Yes.
I'll hold on to 2 regular apples, just so I have a few, but...
It's also good to keep those around for cooking. Whenever the hell the game gives us that ability.
There's a... You can get some cooking pots and shit later. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm on fire. Toasty!
And then I guess cook one of the pieces of meat so that, again, we have at least, like...
A baked version instead of using
We have at least one of everything cooked. Because that's the type, because that's the type of thing as a child I never did, but as an adult, the OCD brain sits there and basically says you are not leaving from the spot until you have cooked one of everything you can cook.
Also use healing. Like, it's the thing about the items. They can, heal, and apples are pretty plentiful and stuff. These.
If you literally wanted to heal, you could just open
the menu
and eat one. Like,
if I want to heal. God damn it! Do that every time I fat finger this controller.
Can't carry anymore. Do you have any sticks that are broken? Nope.
That's fine, man.
Looks at the Master Sword. It's broken anyway.
Okay.
Tosses it. I'm sure there are going to be many meme jokes about that. Because there are some things in a game where when you... I feel like when you just sit there and look... when you just, like, sit there and look at them, it's like, that is...
Look at it! Look at it!
That feels like it's here for a meme.
Right.
Because that hitting the ground will actually waste their ability. Don't just casually do that.
Oh, but if I can hit him... We both know I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Assholes. Cute. If you can catch these damn things, it's worth.
Maybe just wait until you either have a ranged option, more stamina, or both.
Oh no, range is a better hunting, but I showed you can beat them.
Because wasn't it like... Wasn't that the thing people did in the original Breath of the Wild wasn't it you in the like, icy area hunt the wolf enemies with, like, fire arrows so you'll get the, like, cooked prime meat?
No. You hunt with regular arrows to get the roll, to combine the roll into better dishes, since the fire always does that skewer thing. And you don't want...
I thought in terms of basic, like, non-cooked items, like, sort of shit you can just pick up off the ground, the, like, cooked roll was the best, like, basic shit.
If you want a slightly better than average thing.
But it's, one of those you would, like you said, you would do the roll so that when you have it roll, you can combine
it into other crap.
To
but
get,
regardless,
like, defense or, like, stamina increasing things.
But regardless, what I was going to say, in Breath of the Wild, we literally lived off wolves and nothing else. And the occasional moose.
Link versus Wild.
That's what...
Okay, that's Breath of the Wild in general. Like, that was the game in general. So, everyone made that type of joke.
Thank God I'm Spider-Man!
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Link. Spider-Link.
Good.
Radioactive Spider-Link.
Good thing we know... Yeah, good thing we know how to parkour.
Ooh, you got a shield. Hold on.
You're going to wait for... yeah, that. Or wait for it to do a big attack like that spin or the head thing.
Alright.
One, heal.
Hold on. Freaking shields.
Food.
Yeah, it's just... I got him.
But that means you get a shield now.
And the rusty sword.
Yeah.
Old shield. Horns, it's fine. You needed an opening because I don't have... I didn't have a good enough way to break defense. It's fine though. We made it.
Though because of the way this game works, I wonder, like, because the shield is wood, and if you, like, no, there's, you know, absolutely no way we could do this. So if you had something that was on fire, I wonder if you could have actually burned the shield away. Though in doing that, you wouldn't be able to pick up a shield yourself, so yeah.
Open only to those with sufficient power.
Spooky ghost!
I did not intend to startle you.
Oh god, we actually... Our arm does actually give us a stand ghost, god damn it.
Originally belonged to me. I am Raru.
Though he's, you know, actually complete versus Nero's Devil's Trigger and Devil May Cry 4.
Forgive me for appearing to you in this manner. Unfortunately, I no longer have a physical form. In any case, that arm should allow you to open this door. It seems to have lost the power to do so.
I know we're dealing with magic bullshit, but I kind of feel like instead of changing the color of that one arm because you have that arm, it should just be gone. I really feel like it should either just be gone, or it literally should just be a, like, super generic, like, shape of an arm.
The shrines. Yes, I'm sure they are the key.
But close the door. New objective. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, how many of you agree with that one major criticism that I have against Breath of the Wild? Technically it's a few things, but this time I'm talking about that problem that I have with the weapons. And a lot of people over the years have called me crazy, but as the game got older and older, a lot more people did start to see my point. And that started to actually anger me a little bit, because it's like, oh, now you feel the same way I do, and yet so many of you called me crazy. The point I'm talking about is the fact that the game does not really handle the equivalent value of weapons all that well. And what I mean is what I was ranting about. Let me give a quick explanation of that, as I always do in these little in-slate tirades, but the short version is this. Like I said at the beginning of the game, I have a stick, and I broke my stick, and I find a new stick. The stick I broke and the stick I picked up off the ground are exactly the same. That means I lost a weapon and replaced it immediately with basically the same weapon. In Breath of the Wild, a lot of people were always like, oh, weapon durability is fine. If you break a weapon, there's always another weapon on the ground, or another weapon if you defeat an enemy. Anyone complaining about weapon durability is clearly an idiot that doesn't know how to play the game. The game is full of weapons. You people just seem to want to hold on to one weapon and never change. It's your fault for playing the game that way. You're playing the game wrong. You're supposed to break weapons. They're not supposed to be valuable. You're supposed to basically always pick up a new weapon. Except that system does not work if you explore, because it's an open world game. And I'm sorry, that is a flawed system, because the game is then punishing me if I explore like they want me to and I find a really overpowered weapon. Oh, this overpowered weapon, if I use it, it will break, and if it breaks, normally I would never be able to replace that weapon unless I'm in an area where the weapons dropped by enemies or picked up off the ground or found in treasure chests are all roughly the same, meaning the overpowered weapon I have can be replaced in this one specific area, but I don't think that justifies the argument. I think that proves my point, that in order to get an equivalent weapon, I need to be in this one specific zone. If I'm not in that zone, I will never get an equivalent weapon, and this means combat becomes pointless, and it becomes better to just not fight, because using up a valuable weapon to get a bunch of pointless resources starts to basically drain your weapons for no good reason, because a few stray enemy drops in Breath of the Wild generally are never super important unless you're upgrading armor, but once the armor is upgraded, the drops are only worth a tiny bit of money. So if you are playing Breath of the Wild and you have a good weapon and you feel like your armor is upgraded enough, or if you happen to, actually max out the upgrades, you then end up in a scenario where it is far better to avoid fights so that you can save the few overpowered weapons you have for bosses until you can end up in the loop I ended up in, which I feel is the best grinding loop, where you get a bunch of the ancient weapons dropped by the test of strength shrines. Every blood moon, those shrines reset, meaning you can get unlimited ancient weapons with just a bit of grinding. And that basically became how I beat the end game. I was using those weapons and the ancient armor because those weapons are incredibly overpowered. The ancient armor has the ancient proficiency bonus, so those weapons deal more damage. And if you use the weapons I did, an ancient short sword plus is 40 base power, and the ancient battle axe plus is 60 base power. So you have a good medium and a good strong weapon, and then I think it was like 30% ancient proficiency, and you could stack an attack buff on top of the ancient proficiency to deal slightly more damage. So then you basically have an infinite loop of good weapons, and if you started skipping out on combat, you effectively could replenish a good supply of strong, consistent weapons, but that is basically turning the game into a grinding loop versus what started this little tirade, which was the simple idea of exploring, finding a good weapon, and effectively never wanting to use it because if you use up that weapon that you will basically likely not find a good replacement for it. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shield for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you'll come back someday. See you later.